Never going to learn. I'm never going to learn not to press that button before copying and pasting. I'm a slow learner. But so is everybody else, it seems, right? Because, man, this VWAP trade keeps on working. We'll get into it in a second. Let me just copy the link here and invite everybody. Hi, good morning, everyone. Nice, boring day. Profitable, yet boring. Otherwise known as perfect. You don't need to be overly excited or, you don't need that much action to find a couple of good ideas. And obviously, if you know about my scanner is the best scanner in the world. That's why they call me Scan Man. My scanner scans what needs to be scanned. So any scan that could be scanned, I am scanning every scan. So whatever scanner you think you have that might be good, my scanner is better because my scanner, right, is what your scanner is scanning. So I get it first. Which is why I wanted to make this video. So before everybody tells you about VTGN and Tupperware, brought it to you here live. Hopefully you guys were in the room this morning, but let me just grab this thing, copy it, shut that, put this here, throw that over here, and I'm over here now. So we're doing some experimentation, just trying to see when these alerts go out. We got alerts coming out of the room soon. Like I said, we're going to experiment with some other stuff, so I hope you guys are around. I have the capability of sending alerts from the room, but if you're trying to trade something like a VTGN, by the time I send an alert, we might be getting out of the trade, and it's just it's not a good look. I'd rather still teach you what to do, and you'll understand why this became another buy. I traded it at 13 bucks, sold it at 14.50 and 15, and then it consolidated again, gave me a chance to get back in. I didn't get back in, and now it's rocking. But more importantly, I like the name. It's a little bit frightening the way it traded before. It went from 5 to 60 and then back to 10 bucks. So that's a dangerous stock. Tupperware, on the other hand, 24 million shares, 1 penny stocks, 1 cent trade, 1 cent spread, plenty of liquidity, has weekly options. I'd rather be trading Tupperware than a VTGN any day of the week, any time. This stock is being accumulated right now. The story, if you must know the story, it's Tupperware. You guys know Tupperware, right? Yeah, they've been around since the 60s, maybe even the 50s. Back in the day, Tupperware parties, if you need to know the story. And the story is that they were a bankrupt company up until about 2 weeks ago, right? So whether this turns out to be a Revlon restructuring wannabe or something else doesn't matter. As long as the stock remains in play, we'll trade it. So when I came in this morning and I said, Tupperware looks like it's rolling over and dying, next thing you know, hey, Tupperware, breaking back over $4.35. Let's buy it. Hey, $4.50. We're good. Next thing you know, $4.50 gets us 5. So the joke of the market right now is that the story is that the bull market just started, right? No, the bull market didn't just start. The bull market just ran out of steam when the story and the narrative, as the kids say, is that still a cool word? The narrative, as the narrative changed from doom and gloom, recession's coming to kill us, it went from the recession's not happening, this bull market's going to take off. Just like I told you about that article, right? Carvana hit 58 bucks. That's when the article came out about this market's risk appetite is back. When it hit 58, that's when the article came out. And what was your plan? What were you supposed to be doing up there at 58? And by the way, the market was at all-time highs. The market was headed to all-time highs. Now, if you believe in conspiracy theories, which I think you should, right? I think you should. Remember, when conspiracy theory is proven to be not a conspiracy, then it really wasn't a conspiracy theory in the first place. You do understand Goldman Sachs is complicit with the media to control the way we think, right? That's just the stock market. You understand now, right? We don't know what a bubble looks like. This is not a bubble. The market's definitely not in a bubble. Here's Kathy Wood. She's the greatest on earth. And then what happened? The market crashed. Then doom and gloomers came out screaming at the low. You got to be short in Carvana at 5. Every stock's, anything under 10 is going to 0. You got to short the cruise lines, the airlines. You got to short everything. We're never going up again. Big tech is dead. This market may never rally again. And that was out there. Apple was a dinosaur. Microsoft was old news. Nvidia was overinflated because they're blah, 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 the fundamentals. But then momentum kicks in. And all those conversations go away. But then now, where are we? I built a portfolio and a hedge fund. I'm out of every single one of those stocks pretty much. Because there's a time for owning, there's a time for swinging, and there's a time to go back to just buying Tyson Foods for the day, like today. Tyson Foods. Who trades Tyson Foods? Nobody. But we did today 3 times because it was an earnings reversal. And that's what we trade. And Tupperware, because that's what we trade. And this new exciting stock, VTGN, because it's in play, just like yellow. These are not stocks meant to be owned. And I wouldn't own Tupperware. And you just noticed why. It was lower than it was last week, and we got to buy it cheaper. I would never own. Well, then again, right now I'm down to, what do I got left? I got Hood. I got GDRX. I got NNOX, because that's a banger, that trade. Those April 2024 $15 calls. Woo! Yeah. At least it's only the calls on that one. Still got a little Rivian. I got the Mob out of DraftKings. I bought more Rig. I like Rig for next year. That's my investment. Pack W out of it. Wolf don't have it. Palantir done. Bullfrog don't have it. Ion Q out. Carvana $85 call for next year just in case. CDLX we're done. Kenvue done. Schrodinger done. Ring I think still got 100 shares. ADPT lost on that as soon as we bought it. But while people are still trying to figure out the story, right? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the story, right? What's the story? The story is this market running out of steam, or is it about to catch the shorts off guard again and crush them? That's the story. And the story comes down to what? Price, right? So you guys see what the Qs did? Triple bottom, 351.50. What do you think is going to happen when we break 351.50? We're probably going to give it up down to, well, I'm not going to give you the price. You have to come to the website. I have a very specific price where the the Qs will probably pull back to. I won't guarantee anything, but I'm pretty damn certain that that's going to happen. And when we sell off, if we don't hold the next level underneath, then we're going to go to the prior level, which was where we broke out from. You should know which level I'm talking about. And if that one doesn't hold, we're going to give it all back, not all back to COVID lows, no, or to wherever we came from, no. I want you to go look at where the market broke out from. Get back to me. Give me a date. And that's the date that I'm focusing my attention on right now. I think you know where that date is. It was a massive pivot point for the Qs and where the market took off. And that's why we became swing traders, because the market had broken out. Remember, most of the stocks that we bought, 95% of the stocks that we bought, or I bought, has nothing to do with the story. I don't care about Rivian compared to CDLX. One makes cars, one's an advertising agency. Didn't matter. It's the charts that I bought the stocks off. Stories doesn't matter. So the story, right, is that now the market's run out of steam. Anyway, before I even go any further, the one stock that I own because of the story is MOB. I'm telling you, this is the one that won't work. The story is I like drones. I think that's where we're headed. I think we're going to fight wars with drones, and they're a drone company out of Israel. I bought the stock. What's it done so far for the last 3 weeks? Nothing. Owning stocks stinks. I've traded Tupperware 15 times, made money on it every time. I'm not going to own it. I don't want to wake up one day where their restructuring deal has fallen apart and blah, 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 and the stock's down at $1. What the hell is my point of coming on today? Oh, I just wanted to say hello. It's kind of a boring day. And a question that I get asked a lot is, how do I seem to be in the right place at the right time? I'm only trading 5 stocks. Qs, always watching the Qs. I watch who reported. Tyson Foods, TSN had one. I watch what's in play. Tupperware, yellow, by the way. Yellow still looks all right, even though it's getting hammered down 25% today. VTGN, you had PRZO, which is turning out to be another pump and dump. MF, which was hot last week. Make It Fresh Limited. I don't know what that is, but it was hot. And that's it. We had DraftKings short. Yeah, Leroy's rocking. Yeah. It'll be a year old in November. Thanks for asking. But I love days like this where you can really just sense that there's no point in pushing. You keep the money, you shut it down, and maybe we have something to do later this afternoon. Maybe we don't, because it doesn't matter. We were short the Qs. We thought we were going to roll over. We tested the bottom and we held it. So that's a double bottom, which is vital to remember, because we tested support and we held it. For all we know, today could be the test of the generational lows, and we're off to the races for the next 6 to 7 months or years. Nobody knows anything. That's the best part about the market. But I'll tell you what I know. I got no use for owning stocks now. That has come and gone. We have conquered. We have sold at highs. I got a few leftovers because I think, I want to own them for the next 6 months to a year. That's it. But we got plenty more earnings reports to get through, plenty more pump and dumps, plenty more rips and rolls and rips. Sentiment's changed. Obviously, you're getting more selling of the rips than the buying of the dip, and it's very slim. The market's still bullish. This is just a boring type of, pseudo correction, which brings me to what I was trying to say before. If you think that the downgrade of America's debt was a coincidence, no. The market needed a reason to sell off, to refresh, so they gave it a reason. Now you got your reason, right? Whether you believe in that whether you think it will make this market better or worse, or nobody knows. But that's the moment we're in right now. The moment we're in right now is we've run out of steam. The big boys have reported. Qs are struggling. We hit 387.50, which is what I thought would be the yearly top for this market. But I thought that 6 months ago. I'm kind of shocked we got there in the first place. But here we are. And every day is pretty much the same day. So I'm very excited to see what happens over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then we'll have Labor Day. Market gets through Labor Day. September is usually negative. October is negative. First part of October, it's a wishy-washy kind of month. Everybody thinks it's worse than September because October is where we had some crashes. September is actually worse than October historically. And, again, if you want to qualify this as a boring day, sort of boring, but you got to tell you something. Boring's not a reason to short. Boring's not a reason to sell. And boring is generally resolved with upside. They say never short a dull market. But yeah, I'm just gonna go back to planning the Nashville trip. We're gonna go. We're taking the hit the bid trip was Vegas last year. We're doing Nashville next year, so we're thinking end of May, first week of June. Let me know if you can make it. All right, I might actually just go relax and go for a long walk off a short pier or something. All right, be careful out there. If you haven't, by the way, if you didn't enjoy 2 months for free on my website, I guess you weren't watching these videos. So you have to reapply now. Yeah. Look at that. Coincidentally, you just asked me that question. Right. So yeah, the 2 month trial period is kind of over. Well, not kind of over. It is over. But if you've never taken a trial, and just email me. All right. Farewell, my friends. Don't lose money today. It's a lot of sideways chop. Be careful. Oop, I hit the wrong button. And farewell.